I'm Myah.
I'm Ochandilu.
And I'm EmmaLeigh, and we chose the 2017 Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad for our presentation today. This case is an example in pop culture, which most of our college generation keeps up with, on how one simple mistake can change your whole image in the public eye for the worst. We, as in the general public, need to be aware of how image restoration works. Celebrities are not the only ones who have to deal with their public image going awry. Your favorite hometown business could also deal with public scrutiny for even the simplest mistake. Everyone needs to be equipped to handle image restoration theory. Communication majors, besides law and other students, are ones to run into needing to be rightly equipped to use image repair theory. Communication is leaning very heavily on media and social media outlets in this age. One wrong social media post, whether it's imagery or simple wording, can send your public image spiraling, especially with the heavy cancel culture we experience today. The ad Kendall Jenner appeared on was said to be tone deaf in an article by Everything PR News. It was also quoted as a glaring misstep in an article by Time magazine. This was big news in 2017 because this was arguably the height of the Kardashian Jenner era and fame. Kylie Jenner lip kits were everywhere. They were modeling, they were in commercials, their show was popping, everything. They were absolutely everywhere, of course. So it was no surprise to see Kendall Jenner in an ad, but it was the content of the ad that had everyone up in arms. The ad was for Pepsi, but it seemed Kendall Jenner got more backlash for appearing in the commercial than Pepsi for actually creating and airing the ad. The ad featured a protest and was meant to represent equality. It featured a few main characters of different races and backgrounds. They're all doing their own thing and enter the protest as it moves past them. Kendall Jenner is the last person to join the protest. She's depicted as a model, and right before she steps into the protest line, she rips off her wig and wipes off all the makeup that she had on. She's then handed a Pepsi and makes it to the front of the line. She hands a police officer a Pepsi as a peace offering, per se, and that's what would essentially end the protest. But now let's move into the methods of using image restoration theory.
Image restoration theory, which was developed by William Benoit, explains how individuals and organizations respond to crises that threaten their reputation. The theory highlights that maintaining a positive image is a key communication goal. The theory outlines five main strategies for repairing damage: denial, evasion of responsibility, reduction of offensiveness, corrective action, and mortification. Each offers a different approach, from rejecting blame to taking accountability and apologizing, allowing communicators to choose the best response to rebuild trust and credibility. We'll now move into the application to this PR case.
What PR tactics did they employ? The team didn't play into denial. They tried to explain themselves to reduce offensiveness, but essentially play into mortification, resulting in apologizing and deleting the ad. What was the message of the ad? The message was supposed to convey the Live for Now project. They wanted to show a joyous side of protest where everyone comes together and is happy while showcasing many different backgrounds of people. The Live for Now advertisement was meant to truly reflect today's generation and what living for now looks like, says PepsiCo, thus showcasing that the organization is aware and engaged with the themes and sensibilities of young people today. Instead, the reaction to Pepsi's acts of corporate social responsibility showed that consumers and activists alike found the advertisement to be tone deaf in nature. For many, the ad felt like an exploitation of racial tensions to sell soda and sparked debates about what boundaries between activism and commercialism. Pepsi pulled their ad within 24 hours of releasing it. They made a statement where they stated they missed the mark. Pepsi did try and defend their actions, but seemed to receive so much hate that they stopped trying and just completely deleted their ad. Following several strategies from William L. Benoit and his Restoration Dairy, PepsiCo acted quickly following the backlash. They did not employ any denial strategies, as they created the advertisement themselves, nor did they use any evading responsibility tactics. They removed the Live for Now video 48 hours after the initial release and put out a statement saying, Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark and we apologize, Pepsi wrote in a statement on Wednesday. We did not intend to make light of any issue. We are removing the content and halting any further rollout. We also apologize for putting Kendall Jenner in this position. This statement utilizes the reducing offensiveness strategies of minimization and transcendence. Instead of the advertisement being tone deaf and racist, they simply missed the mark, and Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Though the organization applied the corrective action strategy first by removing the film from all online platforms. Lastly, Pepsi used the mortification strategy in their statement, saying they did not intend to make light while also apologizing to Kendall Jenner. And now for recommendations for other organizations.
A recommendation for other organizations would be to avoid tone-deaf messaging. The Pepsi ad became controversial because it attempted to reference political and social movements without demonstrating genuine understanding or sensitivity. Organizations should also test concepts before release. Organizations should vet campaign ideas with diverse audiences through focus groups, surveys, and other research to identify potential issues early on. Organizations should also research the social context thoroughly. Before referencing real social issues, brands must analyze public sentiment, stakeholder perspectives, and the nuances of ongoing social tensions. And lastly, authenticity matters. Symbolic gestures in advertising can backfire. Meaningful action is more effective and less likely to be perceived as exploitative. A key takeaway for the future is that there's a time and place for every message. When creating a socially aware campaign, PR professionals must ensure the content resonates respectfully across all audiences and avoids misinterpretation. PR professionals should learn that strong PR requires emotional intelligence and composure. PR professionals must choose their words carefully, respond with clarity, and remain level-headed under pressure. Organizations should learn that crisis responses must be timely, sincere, and unified. Every member of a PR team should align on both messaging and approach in order to preserve credibility and trust among their audience. By learning from image restoration theory, we know that credibility is maintained through humility, empathy, and genuine accountability. A well-managed crisis can strengthen a company's reputation, but repeated missteps can break public trust and ruin any chance of forgiveness from audiences and customers. Thank you for listening, and this poster goes more in depth in all of the points that we talked about today.